So I want to know the backstory more about you before you got into the business.
So I've always worked in the sex industry
Right.
in one shape or
Somehow,
another.
one shape or form.
But before that, so like I went to college right out of high school, have a bachelor's degree in jewelry and metalsmithing, 3D fine arts, minor in graphic design. And then after that, I started working a little bit, and then I started webcamming. Then from webcamming.
How many years ago did you start webcamming?
Oh God, it was like, let's see, I'm 40, so probably like 20.
So you were doing it when the systems weren't even as easy as they are now.
Oh my God, no, it was a room.
Okay, so like, yes, you had to go to a place to do it,
Yes.
right? Yes. So it's funny. This is interesting to me because you were beginning on a technology when I wasn't even keen to it yet. You were utilizing it to facilitate an income, which is fascinating because nobody really knew about it yet.
I know.
And it seemed so expensive and so difficult to put together that no one did it at home yet.
Right.
And that's what people don't realize. This isn't how this started.
No, and when I tell people now that I webcam, oh yeah, I'm like, no.
No.
It wasn't like that then. It was a room with a bed with pink walls and
Yeah.
a keyboard and a monitor.
Right.
You know, completely different.
Completely different. And it kind of reminds me of back in the day when they used to have the window sex shows.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to Amsterdam, there's the girls dancing. Well, in San Fran, they used to have the little coin things where you put the coins in and then the screen would get clear, the glass would get clear, and you could see the girl dancing. You'd see, and then your money would run out. But it was on that same wavelength that somebody decided this webcamming would be. Now, compared to what it is now, do you webcam now?
I do, but I don't like it a lot.
Because there's more interaction.
Yeah.
When we used to webcam before, it wasn't like the naked guy would be popping up in front of you. And also it's very demanding now because now, and I have a girlfriend who just started doing it and she's never been in the adult business or anything. And she's just trying it. And she says to me a couple weeks ago, she goes, there's a lot going on when you're in the room and you can actually lose money if you're not paying attention to everything going on.
Yes.
Where there's these coins and there's these tips and there's this, then there's messages and there's people that want to take you private. And then there's this. So it's become a lot more work for the girl.
Yes. It's exhausting. And you know what?
So she said she's like 2 hours. I'm so exhausted just from staring at that screen to make sure I'm doing everything right.
Yeah. And with some of the companies, there's like a coin system. So then you have these coins.
That's
and
what
then
she said.
after 3 hours, you're like, oh, I have all these coins. And then you look and it's not as much money as you think.
Of course not. That's why.
So-
Listen, you would get unmotivated immediately if those coins were racking up in the form of cents, because that's really what it's come down
Exactly.
to. Because I wanted to equate the math, so I had her talk to me about the amount of coins, how long it took her to run this contest, 4 coins to take her top off, and then I broke it down by minute, and I had my calculator out. We're at coffee, and I'm like, let me figure this out. I'm like, you know what? It's really not that much. And then there's a split at the end. Now, when you did it 20 years ago, it was actually great money.
It was.
Because you weren't having sex with anybody, but you were getting paid, in a range of a larger amount of money, not too far away from a scene, a girl scene or a solo scene.
Yes.
So it was worth it. You showed up and you also knew what you were getting, right? It was a guaranteed amount. It wasn't by the amount of people in the room, right?
Yes.
See, it's changed so much. If the girls knew.
This is the life I chose.